What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're taking a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Just a quick reminder, or for any new subscribers here or that haven't watched the video the last few days, this big major bounce that we did get from this descending wedge, okay, the support line, and we also have this major swing failure pattern on the weekly where we have dipped below the lows of January and also the summer of 2021. So is there a possibility for a big relief rally in the next coming weeks? And I'm going to explain why this is very possible. But first of all, in the short term, can we go to lower levels? Can we retest this $26,000 range? Well, in the immediate short term, we can see here this descending neckline from this inverse head and shoulder finally getting that bounce, managing to go into higher levels, but we also broke the trend line from the higher lows. I'm going to show you what big major resistance levels that we do have right now in this episode where we could see the price getting a massive rejection and continuing to the downside. We are also analyzing Ethereum here on the 4 hourly, zooming out on the daily to see where we're at, so make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus, new to the channel. Make sure to subscribe daily, tell you on Bitcoin crypto, also to live streams to connect with the community. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video or any videos is financial advice. Let's dive in here straight into the Bitcoin price on the weekly, guys. Just a quick reminder here that we are getting this big massive wick, okay, here closing above all of these wicks that we did create in 2021, which is round about the $30,000, $28,000, $29,000 range. As you can see here on the chart, we are at the very low of the value area here, as you can see. Now, this is major support level, and you can clearly see this in the past. You can see it right now on Bitcoin. So why not have a relief rally, okay? Is it time to become extremely bearish at these extreme low levels? Well, I think that the best situation here, the best decision would be looking for some potential long opportunities, okay, to hit those major resistance levels, looking at the weekly, looking for the next coming weeks. Of course, short term, we could see some volatility. We could actually retest down that $25,000, $26,000 range. And I'm going to explain right away, okay, looking at the 4 hourly, the 1 hourly chart with Bitcoin, okay. Just a quick reminder that we're also forming this kind of descending wedge. We are getting supported from these lower lows, as you can see here on the chart. It's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to actually successfully break down $30,000, and we can already see the reaction on the price. It is very strong support level. I don't think we are going to successfully break down this level in the next coming months. It's going to be very hard. Yes, of course, we could hit 25, we could hit 23, but it's not going to be for a long time. This is maybe going to be a very large accumulation phase, all right? So we are not going to have a successful downtrend to 20,000 to 15,000 or 10,000 like some people are saying out there. We're just going to have volatility below $30,000, not having a successful massive big bearish trend to hit below $20,000. So that is the situation that I think is going to happen right now. We are actually going to have that volatility, and we are going to see some relief rallies. Now, what more major important levels that we do have right now here? Let's talk about the bullish case scenario that we talked about yesterday, where we had this descending neckline, okay, with the lower highs getting resistance every single time. Ever since we broke it, we did actually consolidate at the neckline, getting this bounce. Kind of an inverse head and shoulder. It's not the most beautiful. It's the too much of a descending neckline here. We want to see small descending or small ascending necklines, not as aggressive as this, but so far we can see that bounce. The only problem here with this bullish case scenario is that there's not too much volume. I've checked on different exchanges, looking at Bybit. You know, this breakout from this actual lower high trend line hasn't had hardly any volume. There's actually more volume on this price action to the downside. Now, is it time to long? Is it time to short? Where the price is going to go? Well, I don't know. But what I do know is that we do have a very strong resistance at this level over here, the $31,770 range. Why this level? Well, this is a major weekly level. If we zoom out on the weekly, we can see that this has been a nice weekly close and open created in July, as you can see, before we actually skyrocketed here in September. So if I zoom in again here on the 4 hourly, and zoom in a little bit and take a look at the volume profile, the value area high from this range is exactly at that level, just below $32,000. And let me just get this trend line out of the way for the moment, because what I want to show you here is that we are creating a small ascending channel, because we are creating, you know, these higher lows, as you can see, and we're also creating these higher highs. So we are creating this kind of ascending channel. If I zoom into the 1 hourly, we're potentially going to make it look better. So let me just zoom in here and connect these higher highs and also the higher lows right over here. As you can see, we are bouncing from this trend line for the moment, as you can see here on the 1 hourly chart. So what if this is kind of a bear flag, right? Usually ascending channels break down, descending channels break up. So if we look at that probability side, the likely scenario is actually breaking down. But we can go as high as the resistance level, of course, and we can actually break it. But what I want to show you here, the value area high is insane strong resistance, and we also got this major weekly level that I just showed you. So, you know, this is a big resistance. We've got a lot of confluence at this range. You can actually see the volatility not breaking successfully here back in the 10th of May, you know, 11th of May, as you can see here on this price action. So we'll be hitting the top of this resistance. We'll be hitting the value area high from the volume traded, okay, the last 10 days. And yeah, it's very strong resistance. There is a high possibility that we are actually going to get rejected here from the high of this ascending channel and actually break down and continue to the downside. So this is the thing. We do not know where the price action is going, but we do know where we have a very strong resistance and support levels. So if we do reach that level, you know, it's probably going to get very strong rejection to continue down. Now, that would be the short-term bullish and, you know, mid-term bearish case scenario, right? What if we actually start falling from this level? Well, we want to know what big support levels we actually have, all right? So this descending neckline, you know, is probably not going to hold in the next coming hours on between today and tomorrow, depending on, you know, if we start correcting from this range. But what I want to show you here also is the 4 hourly chart, you know, what big major support levels, because you might think to yourself, you know, if we do, you know, have this price action to the downside, you know, are we going to come as low as $25,000 area and even break it? Well, I think, you know, after this big massive fall, you know that we like to go sideways, or we actually like to have a lot of volatility and actually just stay in a range, okay, for quite some time after we fell, okay, in about a week. You know, how much was this percentage, you know, from the 4th of May here to the 12th of May, all right, just about a week or so, we fell 36% in just 1 week. And that's a huge amount. Usually when you have these drops, you don't continue dropping, you know, insanely another 30% or 40%. This doesn't usually happen. You actually have consolidation, all right, inside a major range for quite some time, several weeks. We have seen that in the past after a severe drop or a severe pump. So if we do drop from this major range where we are right now, where is the biggest support level that I see? Well, I'm just going to be totally transparent here. And I really like this 4 hourly close. There's no major daily or weekly levels, only from the past, okay? Only these ones over here from the $26,228. Like I showed you, this is from the summer of 2021. And sorry, no, this is wrong. This is actually from January of 2021, sorry, not the summer. We're actually well below that range. So no major daily levels. The next daily level here where we did get that bounce, as you can see here on the 1 hourly chart, wicking below, closing 1 hourly, getting that big bounce. So what other levels do we have apart from this one that are higher? Well, like I showed you here, looking at the 4 hourly, there is a 4 hourly level right over here, which is exactly at 27,650, where I do think that we could potentially create a higher low right here and continue to the upside. But why? Because also we are heading from the extreme low of 25,200, 300 range that we did create here on the 12th of May to the actual highs, depending on where the highs is going to be. Is it this one, or are we going to have another leg up here to the $31,700 range like I showed you, big resistance level? If we do get a leg up and then continue back down, you know, the possibilities of BTC to actually, you know, come down to this 618, which is the $27,700, you know, the 4 hourly, you know, major support. You can see the 4 hourly closes. You'll be hitting 618. You also potentially, if this is going to be in between today, in between tomorrow, potentially in the next 24 hours, then, you know, we are also going to be hitting, you know, this descending neckline. So that is very likely going to have a potential bounce. In my opinion, I am just looking for confluence, major levels where we could get resistance, major levels where we could get support and a bounce to take advantage and make some gains, because I don't know where we are going to go from this level. As a trader, we need to know the levels that we got above us and the levels that we got beneath us to take advantage of those opportunities. Remember, for all of those experienced traders down below on Bybit, you get an insane bonus of $4,050. You need to follow the steps on the rewards hub, and you also get 0% maker fee for 30 days. You don't pay any maker fees for 30 days if you sign up with a link. My favorite day trading platform, where there's over 50 assets also to trade with apart from cryptocurrency. Prime XBT, up to $7,000 worth of bonus by using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. You're getting 7% added to your initial deposit. I have full tutorials down below of these exchanges also. Now let's take a look here at the Ethereum chart quickly, because Ethereum, you know, zooming out, you know, this was pretty insane how we actually, you know, broke down from this big ascending channel, and the measured move was, you know, the actual width of the channel. We know this is classic textbook targets for channels, okay, and we actually touched the, you know, the lows here to perfection, getting that bounce from the summer lows. You know, this was an insane long opportunity, hitting one of the biggest points of control in between 2021 and 2022. You know, we are looking at the value of the volume in between, you know, 1 year and a half almost, and the biggest point of control is exactly here at the $1,800 range, where we had a massive big bounce. So I mean, this is, you know, it's not rocket science. You know, this is a very strong level. You are very likely, with high probability, going to get a bounce from that level. So zooming in here on the 4 hourly, like I showed you also, kind of a similar scenario here for Bitcoin. We are in a very aggressive downtrend, but we have hit a major support level. We are seeing this kind of relief rally sideways action, you know, and the trend is to the downside, no doubt about that. But, you know, I want to show you what big resistance there is here for Ethereum, and I think this $2,220 range, okay, is very strong resistance for Ethereum. As you can see here, this is the 4 hourly chart. Something very similar is that we are creating a small ascending channel that can be a bear flag, or it can be, you know, usually ascending channels, they have a slightly higher probability in breaking down than breaking up. But also what I want to show you here, you know, is that we are potentially going to hit resistance if Bitcoin does have that leg up to 31,700, you know, below $32,000. Then I do see Ethereum coming to $2,200. But, you know, just as Bitcoin has big resistance at that level, Ethereum also has big resistance at the $2,200 range. We've also seen the stop here on the 4 hourly, you know, which is at the $2,220 range. We also got the highs of this ascending channel. And if we take a look at the start of the drop here, you know, this was at the beginning of May, this consolidation, if we take the high to the low, you know, from this big major drop, you know, we are also going to be hitting that 618 level, you know, where we're potentially going to get a little bit of volatility, hitting the highs of this ascending channel, and then potentially getting that rejection, guys. It is very possible. And of course, we are also looking at that 0.236, all right, Fibonacci level, the 4 hourly close. And it is also, okay, if we do hit that level, taking a look at fib level here from the lows to the highs, we are also going to be hitting, you know, very similar to Bitcoin, all right, that 618 at that 4 hourly close. You know, it's very possible that you are actually going to create a slightly higher low if you do have this kind of price action. I think this is a possible move, guys. I do not know if this is going to happen. I just want to show you the big resistance levels and big support levels that we have in the immediate short term. And I do hope that you have liked this update with Bitcoin, all right, and Ethereum. I will be doing a live stream later. I didn't do one yesterday. Sorry about that. I had some stuff to do, but we'll be doing a live stream afterwards. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out the Bitcoinsensus website for the latest news and technical analysis ideas. El Salvador to host 44 countries to discuss Bitcoin adoption. This was yesterday's news. Check out the information, totally free, down below. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.